Welcome back, guys. James Hill, founder and CEO of Black Millionaires.
And it's the Chaplain of Culture here to expand ideas and grind your gears.
Hey, we just had a funny moment, man. We just recorded and didn't even have the recorder on. So this is
No.
crazy.
This is a
First
take
time
two.
for everything. Take two, right? But so we got a lot of topics to talk about today. The first one is the popular podcaster Jonathan Dupiton. Now, you've seen the headline, you've seen the thumbnail. Are you familiar with Jonathan?
I'm only familiar with his face, not necessarily his content, but definitely
Okay.
have seen him circulate in social media.
Yeah, so he's one of those viral podcasters that blew up during the pandemic. Now, a lot of people blew up during the pandemic.
Right.
And he was one of the beneficiaries of everybody staying at home. So
Yes.
he is a scammer. And this is what he used to promote. So popular podcaster Jonathan Dupiton, behind the Rich and Unemployed podcast, has agreed to serve 7 years in the feds for being the mastermind behind an alleged $10 million unemployment scam. Now, let's take a step back. Before we break down this scam, he had a scam that he was known for and that he kind of built his audience around, going around doing these podcasts. So he's in I would put him in the red pill space, right? Meaning these dudes that pander to women sometimes and they pander to men and they telling men how to get girls, and then they telling girls, hey baby, this, that, and the third.
Another one that came up was Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. But he was another one who was telling girls what to do, telling guys.
But Kevin Samuels was a little different because he told everybody how to level up and become high value.
Yeah.
But his clips only went viral talking to women.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Kevin Samuels had a little bit to offer because he was an image consultant. That's what he did. He used to tell women about their image and all of that.
But his viral clips, where you're saying they're more so both.
His was more so just catering to women and sometimes catering to men. So a lot of women liked him because he pandered to women, right? Okay. A lot of men liked him, the street dudes, because he had this.
Because he had street cred.
He had street cred, this crazy story about running his fraud. So
Okay.
before this fraud, he had his first fraud. Well, it probably wasn't his first fraud, but
The one
this is
he
the
got
first
caught.
fraud he got caught for. He was married. So him and his wife, I guess they were broke and they were on food stamps. So they realized a gap in the food stamp market or the bridge card market, whatever you want to call it. I'm from Michigan, so we call it the bridge card.
Oh, okay.
And that's just basically food stamps. So he realized that there was a gap in there. So they set up this store, a corner store, and they offered great prices and enticed everybody in the neighborhood to come use their food stamps there.
Oh.
The issue was they were stealing their identity and running a fraud. So they ran up this big food stamp fraud and they got caught. When they got caught, him and his wife going through it, they got divorced. They both go do their jail time. He got restitution. He got to pay all of this. So he gets out of the halfway house in 2019, 2020. Okay. So he gets out of federal prison and goes to a halfway house. While he's in the halfway house, he still got restitution. He still got to live. He got away with this fraud because he's not in jail for the rest of his life. So,
right.
A lot of times when people do a fraud or do a crime and they get away.
He still did his time, though.
I know, but my uncle always told me, who did a lot of time, he told me prison either is going to scare you to never go back or it's going to make you a worse criminal. Because you're sitting in there with all these criminals and, now they got all day to tell you their scheme. So now you're thinking, oh, if I just do this.
If I just had did this. Or I just went wrong right here. If I if I make that right, then everything's going to be, they will never get me.
Exactly. So he came out and cooked up a scheme in the middle of 2020. Now, what was going on in 2020?
The pandemic.
Unemployment.
I think the scam was called the bandemic.
Right, the pandemic, right? So during the pandemic, this guy cooked up an unemployment scheme and stole. Now, the feds are saying he only stole $3.8 million.
Okay.
The headline is saying $10 million, but $3.8 million is what he was arrested and charged for.
Okay.
But it was multiple people involved in this whole scheme. So the Atlanta podcaster known for the slogan Fraud is dope. I never heard of that. But that's a crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy.
That's almost asking the feds to come investigate you.
You're asking for it. Was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison after prosecutors said he used stolen identity to help orchestrate a large pandemic unemployment fraud scheme. The U.S. Attorney Office for the Northern District of Georgia announced a sentence, saying he pleaded guilty earlier this year. Mm-hmm. Now, I did see headlines saying he pleaded guilty, but I didn't want to report on it because it wasn't no physical announcement and physical paperwork. But according to federal prosecutors, the scheme began in 2020 when he was finishing an earlier federal sentence at a halfway house for a previous fraud.
So you're saying that he cooked up this scheme, or it began in 2020, but he was in a halfway house. You said what, 2019?
2019, 2020,
something like that. Wow.
So he started.
He just
started in the halfway house. He started cooking up this scheme. Mm-hmm. So authorities say he used stolen identity of hundreds of people to submit fraudulent unemployment insurance applications in California. So California is the largest state by population in America. So a lot of people was doing their unemployment scams there because
I'm guessing a lot of people were probably unemployed too.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So it's easier to get through their system.
Yeah.
You can just submit all your information. So the DOJ say he tricked California into sending about $3.8 million in unemployment benefits. That was more than $2 million was later withdrawn by him and his co-conspirators. So they actually only got about $2 million. Mm. They scammed $3.8 million, but the headline is saying $10 million.
Gotcha.
So $2 million in cash was withdrawn from this scam. That's crazy, right? That's a lot of money in cash. So those numbers are important because they're different from the viral social media claims of $10 million. Okay. On April 14th, the judge sentenced him to 7 years in prison following 3 years of supervised release. So he basically has 10 years, 7 he got to serve in prison, and a tail of 3 years, meaning if he does anything stupid, he's going back to jail.
Yeah. To finish out his
after
sentence.
that, to finish out that sentence. So
now, I was saying that I felt like 7 years was a lot. But you're saying he got off easy.
Yeah, he got off easy because this is not his first offense. Now, if this was his first offense, and I'll be like, okay, that's kind of harsh, but he still ran up millions of dollars. Yeah. But I've seen people get lighter sentences for this type of white-collar fraud. But because this is his second sentence and he cooked up the scheme while he was in the halfway house, still on probation.
And then fraud is dope. And then you're kind of
promoting.
Yes. It's kind of like we tried to give you a break, but you keep. So now we gotta really show you.
Exactly. So for him to only get 7 years, I think it was I think it was light, man. I think he had a good lawyer with all that money he ran up, and he definitely didn't go to trial. So that's good. He didn't waste the prosecutor's time knowing he was guilty. They would have threw the book at him then because he's a habitual. You know, they got to go by the letter of the law, all of this other stuff. So.
That's true. So he took the plea. Whatever the plea was.
Yeah, he took 7 years.
He took the plea. Yeah.
7 years with a 3-year tail on the end. And like I said, I think he got off easy because.
Now, what I was thinking is he gonna, run them 7 years.
Yeah.
Come back with maybe a reformed attitude. You think?
I mean, he's 36 now, so he'll be 43 by the time he get out. He doesn't strike me as a guy that's gonna be reformed because he's still putting out content. Like he got like an AI version of himself talking about how he did his fraud and this and like he's on YouTube still.
Like admitting to, but that's what I mean. So he's on YouTube. Is he admitting to like his schemes?
I didn't watch the video because I'm not a fraud. So, but he said, "Why did I get locked up in the feds again?" And it's on his Rich and Unemployment podcast. It got 33,000 views.
That's crazy.
So he's
not gonna stop. But hopefully he stops fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't see it, man. I see him doing some more. I just see him doing some more fraud because he's been exposed to this certain lifestyle. He keep getting slaps on the wrist because the first fraud was egregious.
Yeah.
And I would say it was even more egregious
the
than
first time.
Yeah, because he defrauding people's he's defrauding the food stamp.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unemployment, it is obviously that's bad as well, but it's like you're defrauding
people who need it.
These people
because imagine like
yes.
you calling and like, hey, like something's wrong with my food stamp card,
stealing people identity.
Yeah, it's like, wait, we already gave you stamps. I didn't get them. What are you talking about? Da, da, da.
Exactly.
So you holding up people's food.
Or you've been on food stamps for 2-3 years, and it's like, I ain't get on food stamps, so now I can't get it because you did some fraud on my name. So I just don't see him reforming. And before we move on, I just want to say this, like, I don't enjoy covering these type of stories.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's a young black man or, somebody from the community, somebody who has so much influence. But I do this because I want you guys to know the slow route is the best route.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, and then I'm gonna talk to the men first, then I'm gonna talk to the women. What happens with young men is we see this, right? We see this and we say, oh my God, I'm not successful. I'm not succeeding. This guy has a G-Wagon. This guy has designer.
Right.
This guy has an AP.
Right.
He has a Rolex. He has all the girls, all the Instagram baddies in his comments. Oh my God, I just want that lifestyle. Yeah. And then you go out there and risk your life and you realize it's all a fraud, and now you're sitting behind bars. You was a good kid, but you just risked your life because you thought your job making $50,000 to $60,000 at 22 was nothing. You just got out of college, or you young, you didn't go to school, you've been working in these trades, hustling. You think you're a loser.
Right.
And when you look on these people's social media, you do look like a loser because the girls that you're interested in are interested in them.
Yeah, because they're flashy.
Exactly. They're flashy. These niggas can't steal no money and just sit on the money.
No.
Right? Like, the FTC, the DOJ, all these people, they have Instagram. Mm-hmm. They have social media. Your local police department, they have social media.
Right, right.
So they flash, and then for the young ladies, a lot of times y'all put pressure on us as men to live up to that lifestyle, not knowing I'm a hardworking man that go to work, and this guy is a flat-out fraud, but y'all will give him the attention, which makes us as men say, okay, I got to go do something to get on his level. And then y'all both end up in jail, right? So, and then the women who look at situations online and say, oh my gosh, she's living this great lifestyle. Yeah. I want to live that lifestyle. She might be a sex worker.
Right.
She might get paid.
Like, you don't know how she got her things.
You don't know how she got her things, right? A lot of these sex workers go get realtors licenses, and they go around acting like they realtors, but we know what y'all really doing.
There are some real realtors.
But this is the issue. There are a lot of realtors that are doing their job, but a lot of these women go and they blend into that.
I was going to say, but you could always tell the ones who are like overly like wearing fitted clothes and like, what kind of realtor?
What you really selling, right?
Button. Yeah, I was about to say, you got there's no shirt underneath, but you got a button, a blazer, but no shirt underneath. It's like, I don't think.
Exactly. And that's just my message to young men and young women, because I've been young. Yeah. I've been seeing people, and the amount of people, especially the amount of men that I've seen that fall victim to doing some type of fraud, selling some type of drugs, it's just never worth it, because whatever money y'all do get, y'all go blow it. Y'all go throw it to strippers. Y'all don't get y'all mamas out the hood like y'all claim y'all doing this for. Y'all don't go do that. Y'all go blow all y'all money on designer, tattoos, parties, trips to Miami. And then your parents got to have this burden of, oh, my son is this fraudster.
Yeah.
And they're still poor.
Yeah.
It's like y'all, I mean, I'm not advocating for y'all to go money launder and do all that, but I'm just saying, y'all claim y'all doing all this to get your family out the hood and all of this, but y'all not really. Y'all doing it to show off. So
yeah, everything that glitter just ain't gold.
Yeah, it's not right. And I want to do this because the message is to the young guys out there, the young girls out there, the slow grind is the best grind. Yeah. If it's too fast, if it goes up too fast, it's going to come down fast.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Thank you guys for watching. In order to continue to support independent journalism, I need you to subscribe down to the page below. And if you want the full podcast and more exclusive content, I need you to subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description.